Tav X, purity becoming one. Tav X, purity becoming one. Fire lit, turn back rebellious children. Fire lit, turn back rebellious children. Uh, Glad to be in the house again with you guys. Um, we're only at 19 seconds, so we got to give the people a little time to get in the room. And then we get right to it. I'm gonna add a little treat to the end of this video. And it is very hot in here. It's hot. I sleep with the air conditioner on. What's up, young kid? I sleep with the air conditioner on. I've been here like 8 years, and I hardly never turn the air conditioner on. Even in the summertime, it'd be hot, but I put the fans on. It's okay. This year it's been so crazy. It's hot where I am. I got a little fan right here. Got two air conditioners there, but when you turn the air conditioner on, where I live at, it's I'm not rich, but it's a crazy place over here, and that electric bill will be high. So I try to limit the air conditioner, and the air conditioner makes me my nose and stuff like that get a little crazy. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Fire lit, rebellious children return. Okay, young king in the house. Bruh. Tav X, purity becoming one. Do you guys believe me now? There's no peace in the earth. We need to focus on purity, becoming one. Hosea 8, question that the Most High asked us, and we failed. Our forefathers failed, and we failed today. Fire lit, rebellious children, turn back to the Most High. We are at 2 minutes, 21 seconds. This is a Friday night. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be me and you, young king, battling it out. Not me and you battling, but battling against the rebellious ones. We try not to be rebellious also, But, we live in crazy times, and I'm going to show you a video clip as soon as I'm done with this video. I'm going to try to get the video done as quick as possible. I'm not going to wait too long for the people because, I know it's a Friday night and people do what they do, and it's okay, We definitely are living in the last days. We can't wait for people. The train is leaving the station. Glory 8 in the house, fire lit, return, rebellious children. Tav X. I was just telling young king, it just may be me and him, but now it may be me, him, and you. And that's okay. Fire lit, return, rebellious children. We are at 3 minutes, 46 seconds. I'm going to give them like 6 minutes in total, 7 minutes tops. And then we will commence. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a clip that I want to share with you. I know you guys know what time we are living in. Some people are denying it. They hold back to, your old dark grandmother said that a long time ago and nothing has occurred. Yeah, you wait and see. You have your head stuck in the sand all you want, thinking that everything is cool, everything is normal. King David in the house, Tav X, haven't seen you in a while. It's always a pleasure to see you, Tav X. Fire lit, rebellious children return, aka Israelites. Got 3 in the house. We're at 4 minutes, 54 seconds. I said we're gonna give like 7 minutes. Maybe we'll give 8 minutes. See if people come in the room, and we'll definitely start. Greet people in the room, and fire lit. Return rebellious children. I'll tell you why I made this video, which I wasn't planning to make it. It just, while I was studying today, it was like, make this video. And that's it. Fire lit. Turn back rebellious children. Things are getting really bad. All right, we got 7 minutes. We got 1 more minute. We're gonna start. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to show a little clip at the end of this video. I'm going to show a little clip at the end of this video. Remind me too, just in case I forget, because I'm a hoary head, a gray headed, gray bearded one, and sometimes I got a lot up here, and sometimes I can forget a couple things. But I guess it's going to be a cozy Hebrew on the Island too. Today is a Friday too. I guess as we near the end, the herd is going to thin. The herd is thinning. The herd is thinning. The herd is thinning. 600. I got to get these glasses fixed, man. Like over here, a third world country, you can't get things done. You can't get glasses. They don't do the right prescriptions. I did 3 times, and this is crazy. But I'm gonna be stoked and can't complain. Thank the Most High I have these crooked ones. I'm gonna go tomorrow and see if somebody could tighten them up. These are my old glasses. The new ones, they don't even work good. It's craziness. But anyway, listen, we're gonna start. The herd is thinning. Just like the 600,000 left Egypt, and after the 40 years, the 600,000 herd thinned down to 70. What kind of percentage is that? It's not even 1%. So as we approach the end of days, as we approach the great and terrible, awesome day climax, the herd of the Israelites are thinning. That's why you see only 3 people on. And it's okay with me because remember Ezekiel chapter 14, though Job, Daniel, and Moses was in it, they had to save themselves by their own righteousness. When the Most High judges you and me, he ain't gonna be saying, well, what about this guy? What about her? What about them? And he's gonna say, what about you and what you did? So I'm just worrying about what I did. And my job which is to share of the scriptures with you guys. Your job is, and to do the scriptures, and to be an example of the scriptures. And your job is the same thing. You got to worry about yourself. So that as we come to the apex of the end, the herd is going to thin out. Fire lit, turn back, rebellious children, aka Israelites. You know what? The reason why I made this video is because of the last video. I don't know, King David 44, if you were watching my last videos. I haven't seen you on, but I'm not saying you haven't watched, but that last video I did about the Apocrypha, it kept my fire lit. Even though Gloria said, hey, don't talk about it. I'm not talking about it. I'm just writing my notes, and a fire lit in my mind, and the stuff that I was talking about, this I was studying about the spirit of the Most High, it came to this video. And like what I studied came out of it. So the fire that they lit under me with this, using all the other books that none of the prophets talked about, and does it say it? I don't see any papyrus. It lit a fire under me to write this, a continuation of that Apocrypha video I made just before this video I'm making right now. So, okay, good job, King David. So I needed to write this, and it's a little different than that Apocrypha video. It's there, but it says something different. Like I said, I was studying about the Spirit of the Most High, a big dialogue portion of it from a reading that I was doing. So then that came to this. So, I want to share it with you. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make a video. So here we go. Fire lit, turn back rebellious children. See, putting their trust in fraudulent and abominable things, aka other books, other thoughts, other ways, other path, other things. This is what our people have been doing, putting their effort, their thought, their energy into other things that the Most High said don't do. There's a lot of mosquitoes. When I went outside, they were biting my feet. Like, I went out with just shorts on, no shirt, no socks, nothing. They were biting my feet and ankles, and I put white powder. Like I put, I don't know if you can see it, but I put baking soda on my legs and my feet and my back. I got the shirt. You would see white. I'm not a Caucasian. I just put white baking soda. Baking soda helps soothe the itchies. So anyway, excuse me for itchy. But anyway, the Israelites back in the day and today, putting their trust in fraudulent and abominable things, aka other books, other thoughts, other ways, other paths, other things. Which led me to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. And now, O Israel, give heed to the laws and rules that I am instructing you to observe, so that you may live to enter and occupy the land that the Lord, the God of your fathers, is giving you. You shall not add anything. You shall not add anything to what I command you, or take anything away from it, but keep the commandments of the Lord your God that I enjoin upon you. I'm going to give you a biblical example. And when you're adding these books like the Apocrypha, and I demonstrate what's inside of them. And remember I told you, truth and lies equal a lie. You could keep thinking that, oh no, it's basically, no. Truth and lie is a lie. Shouldn't be involved in it. And there's plenty more, but I'm not going to give it to you. You can research those things yourself. I led you to the street, to the path. Go on it. Stop being a follower of these people. That, number one, if you don't have discernment, it's going to show, because you're going to follow them. I told you guys a lot of times in a lot of videos, be careful who you follow. Now we got even the Torah Israelites. You got to be careful. They say good things and stuff like that, but if they're going to mix some lying there, or something that's deceptive that maybe they don't even know, because the Most High hasn't given them discernment to know. But when they do hear it and still go, it says a fool, a wise man, when he sees trouble, he veers off. A fool keeps going. He keeps studying all these books because the white man took it away from us. So I got to go in. Even though you see that there's abominable things in there. Oh, no, I'm just going to go over that. I'll give you an example. As demonstrated by King Saul and others that have followed in his path of ill-advised counsel and advice. This will cause one to expose him or herself to contrary spirits. Our beloved forefather Isaiah stated this. They add sin to sin. They add sin unto sin. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 and 2. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 and 2. O disloyal son. O disloyal son, making plans against my wishes, weaving schemes against my will, thereby piling guilt upon guilt, or you could say sin upon sin. Who set out to go down to Egypt without asking me, to seek refuge with Pharaoh, to seek shelter under the protection of Egypt? The refuge with Pharaoh shall result in your shame, thereby piling guilt upon guilt, sin upon sin. Oh, disloyal son, making plans against my wishes. What are the wishes of the Most High? That you fear him and keep his commandments, that you have undivided loyalty to you, that you remember the major prophets when they tell you that the Most High shares his glory with no one, or give his praise to any idols. Do you know JC Bloody Guy is an idol? See, you go against the plans and you go against the Most High's wishes, where you can say, I don't care about that. I'm going to still stay in that these 3,000 other books. I'm just going to go. When I read that, I'll just go over that and go over that. I'm telling you, that's not a wise thing. That's a foolish thing. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 3 to 18. I don't read the whole thing. I think what I did, I went up to verse 7. But it's very interesting. I don't know. I may read it all. I don't know. But let's start. 1 Samuel chapter 20. I'm giving you examples. Putting sin, piling sin upon sin, guilt upon guilt. Making plans against my wishes. His wishes is that you stay the course that he set forth, that Moses brought down with the commandments that were chiseled on stone. Those are his wishes, not your wishes of many, many other books. And the white man hid this from us and hid that too. You're only going to be responsible for what comes in your path. And you striving to fear the Most High. Trickery, and Most High made everything so he knows. It's better to be safe than sorry. You got books that talk about JC next to the Most High and stuff, and you think that's a good thing? Got your own plans. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 and 2. I read that already. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 3 to 18. I don't read all of it, but see how the Spirit leads and see if I continue. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 3 to 18. Now Samuel had died, and all Israel made lament for him, and he was buried in his own town of Ramah. And Saul forbidden ghosts and familiar spirits in the land. Like before he died, he forbid ghosts and familiar spirits in the land. The Philistines mustered, and they marched to Shunem and encamped, and Saul gathered all Israel, and they camped at Gilboa. This is before he died. When Saul saw the Philistine forces, his heart trembled with fear. And Saul inquired of the Lord, but the Lord did not answer him, either by dreams or by the Urim. That's what the priests use to like dice, to say what the Most High, yes or no, or by prophets. Then Saul said to his courtiers, find a woman who consults ghosts. He didn't say find a man. He said, find a woman who consults ghosts so that I can go to her and inquire through her. And the courtiers told him that there was a woman in Endor who consulted ghosts. Now, you know what? Maybe I'm going to read the whole story. Let me read it because it's an interest. I know you guys must have read this before. I've read this several times. It's interesting, and sometimes we need to refresh our memory. So that's First Samuel 28. I stopped at verse 7. So let's continue. It's not that long. Then Saul said to the couriers, find me a woman who consults ghosts, so that I can go to her and acquire through her. And his courtiers told him that there was a woman in Endor who consulted ghosts. Saul disguised himself. He put on different clothes and set out with 2 men. They came to the woman by night, and he said, please divine for me by a ghost. Bring up for me the one I shall name to you. But the woman answered him, you know what Saul has done, how he has banned ghosts and familiar spirits in the land. So why are you laying a trap for me to get me killed? Saul swore to her by the Lord, as the Lord live, you won't get into trouble over this. At that, the woman asked, whom shall I bring up for you? He answered, bring up Samuel for me. Then the woman recognized Samuel, and she shrieked loudly and said to Saul, why have you deceived me? You are Saul. The king answered her, don't be afraid. What do you see? And the woman said to Saul, I see a divine being coming up from the earth. What does he look like? He asked her. It is an old man coming up, she said, and he is wrapped in a robe. Then Saul knew that it was Samuel, and he bowed low in homage with his face to the ground. And listen, that's going to probably be another video for another time. This meat suit of mine and yours is just a hot dog casing. You are your spirit. You are your soul. Your soul is eternal. It's made eternal by the Most High. It's energy. Energy never goes away. It just disperses into different forms. And that's why soul is coming up from Sheol. But that's the resting place. Because everybody that dies goes to Sheol, bad and good, and they're resting. And they're waiting for the final judgment. And then they come up to be judged. The evil souls, the wicked souls, not the souls that basically sin, because if they truly repent, the Most High can forgive them. But the wicked souls, they go back. In darkness, ain't no fire in darkness, misery, and thoughts of, I did it wrong. I did it like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. And I blasphemed the Most High. I went a whoring and everlasting punishment, eternal separation. It's worse than death. Verse 15 of 1 Samuel 28. Samuel said to Saul, why have you disturbed me and brought me up? And Saul answered, I am in great trouble. The Philistines are attacking me, and God has turned away from me. He no longer answers me either by prophet or in dreams. So I have called you to tell me what I am to do. Samuel said, why do you ask me, seeing that the Lord has turned away from you and has become your adversary? The Lord has done for himself as he foretold through me. The Lord has torn the kingship out of your hands and have given it to a fellow, to David, because you did not obey the Lord and did not execute his wrath upon the Amalekites. That you did not obey the Lord. Israelites, we're not Samuel and Saul right now. But Saul became an adversary because he did not obey the Most High. The Most High said, do not add anything. or take away anything. It ain't up to you to, well, the white man took away the books, so I got to figure out which books belong in there, which books I should read, things that I should just read over, but you don't listen. And he's going to leave you and become an adversary to you. The fire is lit. This is a warning. Ezekiel 3, warning. I'm warning you. Stop being rebellious children. Because you did not obey the Lord and did not execute his wrath upon the Amalekites. And that was Saul. But what are you not obeying? That is why the Lord has done this to you today. Further, the Lord will deliver the Israelites who are with you into the hands of the Philistines. Tomorrow your sons and you will be with me and the Lord. You will be with me, Samuel said. And the Lord will also deliver the Israelite forces into the hands of the Philistines. At once Saul flung himself prone on the ground, terrified by Samuel's words. Besides, there was no strength in him, for he had not eaten anything all day and all night. The woman went up to Saul, and seeing how greatly disturbed he was, she said to him, "Your handmaid listened to you. I took my life in my hands and heeded the request you made of me. So now listen to me. Let me set before you a bit of food. Eat, and then you will have the strength to go your way." He refused, saying, "I will not eat." But when his courtiers, as well as the woman, urged him, he listened to them. He got up from the ground and sat on the bed. The woman had a stall-fed calf in the house. She hastily slaughtered it and took flour and kneaded it and baked some unleavened cakes. She set this before Saul and his courtiers, and they ate. Then they rose and left the same night. How are you not listening? Are you adding anything? Are you taking anything away? And don't say, well, I don't know if I am or not. But don't be reading other things. Did the prophets say, well, there's other books out there you need to get into? Did the prophets say, is there a bloody guy on the cross you need to put your total direction to it, praise and sing a billion Christian songs about? Drink the blood, you're a blood drinker. Faith in him, did he say any of that? Then you are disobedient. You're similar to Saul. This is why I'm making this video. And not to down you, because I'm not perfect too, but guess what? A smart person sees danger or problems and veers off. A fool just keeps going forward in the foolishness. Israel today has the same problem as King Saul, not obeying the Most High, and destruction comes to you sooner or later for your disobedience. The Most High has given our instructions on to how to serve him alone and keep his covenantal commandments. But this is not enough for most of you Israelites. They seek more and they seek signs. Most people think Hosea 4:6, you Christians, you Messianics, when you read Isaiah 4:6 in the KJV, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. No, when you read the Tanakh, it says, my people are destroyed for disobedience. You are destroyed for disobedience. As the major prophet Isaiah said, you add guilt upon guilt, sin upon sin. My people, it says, my people is, it didn't say my people are destroyed like past tense. It says, my people is, i.s., destroyed because of your disobedience. And note, the word is in its definition form means present tense, indication of to be. So they were disobedient back then. You're disobedient in 2023. Figuring out your own way and plans and all that stuff like that. The Israelites were destroyed back then and now today because of the same reason. It's not knowledge, it's disobedience. If Israelites truly had if the Israelites truly had the similar spirit of Caleb in Numbers 14, verse 24, but my servant Caleb, because he was imbued with a different spirit and remain loyal to me. Him will I bring into the land that he entered, and his offspring shall hold it as a possession. Caleb, my servant, had a different spirit. He followed me fully. The Israelites back then didn't follow him fully. The Israelites in 2023 haven't followed him fully. I got to search out other books because there's other things hidden. There's a lot of YouTube Israelites saying that stuff, same type of stuff too. I got to search for more. I got to get the full meaning. If I don't study these other books, which the prophets didn't tell you to read, there's no papyrus evidence that it exists. Then you're not reading the Torah and accepting the Torah. You guys are disobedient. The Most High told us to love the good and hate the evil in Amos 5:15. So why would any Israelite embrace other books that go against the Most High, his covenantal commandments, laws in any way, shape, or form? I'm reading the Apocrypha, which I've read a bunch of times, and I keep it only just in case, like I had to make a video about the Apocrypha. There's stupid shit in there that will offend the Most High. You know what it says in Psalm 119, 120? The psalmist says, my flesh creeps at the fear of you, and I'm in awe of your ruling. The psalmist, and I'm pretty sure probably David, probably. The psalmist said, my flesh creeps at the fear of you, and I'm in awe of your ruling. Problem is, most of you Israelites have lost the fear of the Most High, just like our foreparents. You lost the fear of the Most High. And that's what you do. That's what you do. You lost the fear of the Most High. And that's why you feel I can do anything I want, even though I'm going to make it. I'm going to present it to the world and people like I'm just doing it His way. But secretly, I got my own way too. I'm going to add that in, even though Deuteronomy 4 says, "Do not add anything or take anything away." And that's what you guys are doing. Don't you know he gets jealous and you offend him? Let me read this. Let me read this Apocrypha. And my son JC, when he dies, all men is going to die. He just told you he's alone throughout the whole Torah and the prophets, and you keep adding somebody to it. But do you think you offend? Can you maybe conceive that that's offensive? That shows disobedience and doing this? I don't care what you've written. I feel that there's other books, and I must seek them out, and I must add it all in. Disobedient, rebellious. And I don't smoke and drink, so I'm good, really. But the Israelites make up all types of excuses to add sin upon sin, as Isaiah reminded us that Israelites did and still do today. Any book that is not aligned or goes against the standardized principle teachings of the Torah, Nevi'im, and Ketuvim must be hated and disposed of and never used or promoted in any way. That's what a new Yeshua from Israel, that's me. My channel is Hebrew on the Island too. That's what we stand on. That's why we're against all that. So we ain't reading, we ain't using the Septuagint. Got the Apocrypha in it. And we ain't reading those other books. Because when you actually read them, which I read already, they got contrary things in there. And you guys probably never read it because you speed read. And you think you know a lot, but through your actions, you're showing me and you're showing the Most High that you don't know all that you know. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know everything. But I'm striving to do the best that I can. And when I see an error or see a hazard that goes against that can conflict with my spirit and the relationship with the Most High, I veer off. I'm not a fool and keep going straight. I'm going to read every book. I'm going to search it. We are a reflection of him in a tiny way, in a tiny form. So it is offensive to align ourselves at any time or promote anything that's anti-Torah concepts. People, do you realize that in music, there are spirits that work through the music? You know, the demon J.S. people, they make a record, a demon record, and they're doing, Ouija board type witchcraft around it, and then they put it on the airways, and you listen to it. I listen to some little tiny music, but I know it's that let me stay far away. That's why you see debauchery in the earth. That's why you see little Nas, uh, fruity as a box of fruity pebbles, moist as a just baked vanilla chocolate Pillsbury cake that just came out of the oven, zesty as a Caesar salad. All these guys wearing pink and carrying pocketbooks and nails. Where do you think they get that influence from? They got that influence from the music. So there's evil spirits on the music. You think there's not evil spirits in them books? Especially if they go contrary to the concept of Torah, Naveen, and Ketuvim? People, do you realize that in music there are spirits that work through music? Well, there are also spirits that work through books when you read them, and it causes you to be influenced in some shape, way, or form. This is why rap music is played for the masses. And just look how most of them think and act. Do you think it would be good before you go to bed to open up a book on witchcraft, on fortune telling, on astral projection, that new age meditation, on Wicca, on making spells? Do you think? Sorry, remember I tell you a lot of mosquitoes. And, they make you itch. So anyway, um, anyway, you wouldn't read them books. Spirits could be attached to them. That's why it's advantageous. You think you should be hanging around Beyonce and Jay-Z, like sleeping over their house, and a spirit will jump on you. Even though you're saying, we know the scripture says, no spirits in Numbers, I think 23, can't affect Israel. But you're going to be a wayward Israel by accepting an invitation to sleep by Beyonce's house, knowing that she's most likely a witch. So then you ain't going to have the protection of the Most High because you're going against his will. You're going against his wishes, like the scripture I just read to you. So then your protection will be reduced or be eliminated because you're willfully doing those things. Ecclesiastes 12:12. A further word against them, my son, be warned. The making of many books is without limit, and much study is a weary of the flesh. You don't need to weary yourself with all these books. You don't even got the main book correct. You don't got this correct. I bet if I ask like 4 or 5 fundamental questions of Hebrewism, per se, a lot of people won't get it. So why do you need to go into other books? You don't even got that book correct. A further word against them, my son, be warned. Why is there a warning if it's just reading rather? Why does he say be warned? The making of many books is without limits, saying that there's a lot of books out there. And much study is a worry of the flesh. Because the Israelites, you're going to develop cognitive dissonance. When you read that fake demon New Testament and you read the Tanakh. you're going to have, you're going to be battling in your mind because one says one thing, one is trying to pull you one way, one is pulling you the other way. It's going to weary your flesh and make you probably go off. Joshua 24:14. Now therefore revere the Lord and serve him with undivided loyalty. Put away the gods that your forefathers served beyond the Euphrates and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. Exodus 16:28. And the Lord said to Moses, how, and I'm going to read this again. I want this to sink in your brain. Exodus 16, verse 28. And the Lord said to Moses, how long will you men refuse to obey my commandments and my teachings? How long will you men and women, I'm not adding, but usually, they're talking about Israel in its entirety. So that's men, women, and children. But anyway, I'm reading it verbatim. Exodus 16:28. And the Lord said to Moses, how long will you men refuse to obey my commandments and my teachings? He told you, love the good and hate the evil. If you're going to tell me while I'm sitting here that the Apocrypha is a good book, when you know it's lifting up a so-called sidekick of the Most High, and he told you a billion times that he's alone, do you think that is pleasing to his ears? Do you think he's pleased with that? You think you're not riling him up? You think you're making your own way? When he specifically told you, listen to the instructions. Exodus 16:28. Exodus 16:28. And the Lord said to Moses, how long will you men refuse to obey my commandments and my teaching? And guess what, Israelite? It's September 2023, and they're still doing that shit. Deuteronomy 4:2. Deuteronomy 4:2. You shall not add anything to what I command you, or take anything away from it, but keep the commandments of the Lord your God that I enjoin upon you. Listen, it's simple. You are just disobedient. Apocrypha? Book of Enoch. You think it don't got crazy stuff in it? It does. I'm not going to go over it. I read it, marked it up in one of my notebooks a while ago. That's why I said, shoo fly. Books, I'm going to stay with that one alone. Because I kept seeing things that give you cognitive dissonance. And I don't want to make the creator of the heavens and earth mad with me where he becomes my adversary like he became the adversary of King Saul. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2, you shall not add anything to what I command you or take anything away from it, but keep the commandments of the Lord your God that I enjoin upon you. And we're going to close off in Jeremiah chapter 3. Jeremiah chapter 3, I'm going to start at verse 5. ... You did wrong and had your way. You niggas have done wrong and had your way. All the way up to September 2023. The Lord said to me in the day of King Jehoshaphat, have you seen what rebel Israel did going to every high mountain? And you know what made me put that in? Because when I read every high mountain, I'm not adding to it. The thought came that Israel went to every book, every other book. So let me read it again. The Lord said to me in the day of King Josiah, have you seen what rebel Israel did, going to every high mountain and under every leafy tree and whoring there? You whore there when he tells you he's alone. He said, I guided him alone. There was no strange God by my side. He said, I am here and there's no God with me. I kill, make alive, wounded, and heal. None could be delivered from my hand. In Isaiah 46, he said, I am God and there's none else. I'm divine and there's none like me. I know the ending from the beginning. I know what's to come and all my plans shall be fulfilled. Why you keep adding? And you are adding. Well, I'm not saying he's God. He's the son of, he's saying he's the son of God where it doesn't say that. Going your own way, making your own things up. Do not add anything or take anything away. Jeremiah 3, verse 7. I thought, let me read this again. Jeremiah 3. You did wrong and had your way. The Lord said to me in the day of King Josiah, have you seen what rebel Israel did, going to every mountain and under every leafy tree and whoring there? I thought after she had done all these things, she would come back to me. But she did not come back, and her sister, faithless Judah, who saw it. But let me give you the solution at Hebrew on the island too. I find that in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 13 and verse 14. And this is the solution I'm going to give to your rebelliousness. Most High says, only recognize your sin, for you have transgressed against the Lord and scattered your favor among strangers under every leafy tree. And you have not heeded me, declared the Most High. Turn back, rebellious children, declared the Most High. You niggas are rebellious children. Stop it. I gave you the solution. Only recognize your sin, for you have transgressed against the Lord and scattered your favor among strangers under every leafy tree, and you have not heeded me, declared the Most High. Turn back, rebellious children, declared the Most High. Because you know it's getting too late. We're at the last quarter. We're at the last quarter. I'm going to show you. I think Lorik 8 mentioned, oh, you see, this. Anua, she's busy now. That's why she's not on. But telling me about the flooding. Almost half of China is flooded. And I made a video. Go look at my video log. I don't know, a couple of months ago. I said, China's not going to be the new superpower when everything crumbles. Tell you it's not. It's half flooded, destroyed. Hurricanes, floods, tidal waves, great cracks, sinkholes everywhere. Infestation, crazy world stuff is on the earth. A lot of you guys, especially young people, because I understand young people. You're young, and you're like, I didn't live long enough, so this stuff is gonna really kick off in 20 years. Get the hell out of here. And love the Most High, know that this is not our life. That's the problem with you guys. You guys think you're on vacation, or you think you are at home, and are you putting bolts down into the ground. And you feel that this is your life and you need to keep living more. This is not life. This is a test. Our life starts when the end comes. And I pray we're closing in on the end. I pray for it every day. I pray that he speeds up every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, and come and don't tarry no more. Put in the minds of the heathens, do what you made with your weather machines and stuff. Some of you guys say, oh, well, the heathens are doing. Most I put it in their mind to do. He gave them instructions to make that thing, because it's part of the destruction that he's going to do. Like in Exodus 3, you know what he did? He made Egypt so strong where the Israelites couldn't fight them or get released from them. The only way they were going to get released from them was they come and bow and beg to the Most High for help. And that's what he's doing today. They have to come. You have to come and beg to him. And he built Egypt up so strong where it would take only his force to set them free and to destroy that powerful force. So he's doing the same thing with this world system. They got AI, they got robots, they got weather machines, they got this, they got laser beams, they got this, they got that, they got hydraulic robots, Terminators, they got everything. They got Chat GPT, they got all this stuff. He gave it to them to build them up, to smash them in front of us. That's what's going on. So I want to share with you this little video clip. I watch this guy because he puts information out. He's like a Christian or whatever. But he remember, like Lorik says, chew the meat, spit out the bones. And he shows some things, what's going on in the world. And guess what? I'm busy studying. I can't use all my time finding out all the stuff that's going on. I know some of the stuff is going on, like the hurricanes, the floods, and this and that. But I can't spend all my time doing that. So guess what? The will's already created. Why do I need to recreate it? So this guy showed something. It's far more than what you think is happening, and you should see this, know this, and say, I better get more serious with the Most High. And Israelites, it's going to take only the Most High to put His Spirit to give you the strength if you're living when the time of the end of the great and terrible, awesome day of the Most High to actually make it. Because the things that they have is unbelievable. And they're putting it in front of your faces. You just don't even know it sometimes because it's high-tech shit. Watch this. This is what I'm showing you. And I think I put it out just now. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm just showing this for commentary, for review and criticism. And check it out.
This September, we got something huge. This large fissure opened up in the earth. We're going to talk about what the complication is going to be with in your specific life. But, however, we want to get into some really strange stuff that's come out as well, where a woman says she's seen an AI lifeguard. I'm going to pull you into this video and let you pretty much be the judge of this situation. But after that, then we get into the giant cracks opening up across the U.S.
Child to come here watching this robot themselves. This a whole robot is supposed to be a lifeguard. Look, she got eyes behind her lens, behind her eyeball, and showing her what to see. But she's a whole fucking AI. She's the AI. Look at her. Everything you everything you see is real ain't real. Look at her. Look at her movement. This is a goddamn robot, dog. This is supposed to be a lifeguard. This is supposed to be a lifeguard. Look at the movement. Do you see? First I have to see through the matrix. This is a goddamn matrix. Look at this shit.
This is what happens when you exit the matrix. Pay close attention. The end is astonishing. When you are in the process of awakening, you will realize that everything around you is an illusion in which you have been trapped for many years. It's something quite profound to assimilate.
Share. Look at this. She heard me. She said something. Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? Okay, no, you are not real. No, ma'am, you are not real. You are not real, ma'am. You are the Matrix. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. But we see it for what the it is. Y'all see this? Share. Fuck it. To call security on me. She's finna call to try to get security, get security, get me up out of here.
All right, so I want to see what you say in the comment section. Is it an AI? Is it a person with some type of complications, or is it a person on something? The thing is, though, the fact that now they're able to put this stuff in front of us and we don't know whether it's real or fake, man, they can roll it out at a massive scale now. They can do it way more largely now, because of the situation. Now, I want to talk about this giant crack that's opened up, which is going to cause complications. Here was the last video recorded on it, but I want to give you the information about it. These fissures have been here, but they've gotten larger now. And it says the fissure has appeared in the ground across southwest U.S. and south central Arizona along 272 kilometers, which is 169 miles of these cracks have been mapped, while they all have also appeared in Utah, California, and Texas. And they're saying, from an objective standpoint, that this is a crisis. Law professor and water expert at the University of Tulsa has said, he told New York Times, there will be parts of the U.S. that run out of drinking water because of these huge fissures opening up literally in earth. And basically what you're seeing right now is when they were showing this in the past. But however, it's larger than that. Now look, here's photos of the road. It's opening up towards roads, and they're having to close roads off. And then another one right here where they're showing it opened up larger than what you see on that video. Now in that area, you got to ask the question: is there some type of fissure, or is it close to a fault line? Well, I got you. I've been looking into that because it could cause some other complications in the future. Now, look at the bottom of the map here. That's where Sulphur Springs Valley at is the northern part of it, located in Arizona. And when you look here on this map, right in that circular area at the bottom, you can see that it has 2.1 and 3.0 magnitudes, and it has a seismic point over there as well. It has like 2 seismic points. So that's something we're going to have to be watching these next coming months. But, however, the water crisis, they got to use that as the water crisis now. You know why? Because Lake Mead no longer has a water crisis. Remember, we were just hearing there was a drought? That drought is over because they largely did cloud seeding, and now it's 22 feet above where it was last year. So that's the good news about the situation. But the bad news is they got to engineer some other crisis. So they're saying that that's going to be the pinpoint. Now, the guy who predicted a Morocco earthquake, who seen the atmospheric charge, he said it was some type of buildup in the atmosphere. I don't know if it was HAARP. I don't know what it was. It could have just been regular stuff happening. But I don't know. But then he's seen another one just September 11th. And wow, that's so symbolic for it to happen on September 11th, where he's seen another atmospheric fluctuation. And he said it was going to affect areas like Samoa and some islands and stuff like that. So we'll be looking deeper into the aspect of what's going on there. And another big picture, though, that's lining up, another huge picture, is the fact that the New York quarantine camps, they've come out with a new appeal on that. Before we get to that, though, they're finna start, they already did. They genetically modifying some freaking catfish and alligators. So you gotta be...
Okay. I just wanted to share. Let me get my glasses. Listen, I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you. Let me just tell you, I don't know if it's in Libya or one of the Middle Eastern things, they flooding and earthquakes and all that stuff. Those are racist people too. They put them all together with our apex enemy. They're all the same. They all hate us and despise us. The wrath of the Most High. Remember, he always says this. He says, when I bring them into your hands, show them no pity. So I don't care that the water is getting them, the earthquakes they've been getting us for centuries. They despise us, they hate us, they do all type of demonic things to us to bring us down low and really to try to genocide us. So the Most High says, do not have pity on them. So when I see the floods, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, the this, the that, the food, I go, that's what I do. Sounds like a personal problem. Or you heathen Gentiles or adversaries of the Most High, your adversaries of the Israelites, you have shown it with your actions, not your skin albino complexion. It's your evil heart and mind. Your actions, you have a whole world history track record of hating Negroes. The cat is out of the bag. It's time to pay the piper. And this is what you see, the world unraveling. You see where the destruction, you just look at it, weigh it out. See, look who's all getting the heat, the fire. The fire is lit. Who is being affected the most from this stuff? But see, since people think one-dimensional, they're like, oh, everybody knows, not everybody, it's your ass. And he's coming for your ass, or you heathen Gentiles. He's coming for you. And he's coming for the 2/3 Israelites. He's coming for their ass too. With no breaks. Just wait and see. As the months and year go on, you're going to see more and more and more. No slowdowns. All right. All right. Young King, again, great having you in the house. Thank you for coming and sharing. King David, great to have you in the house. Thank you for sharing. Glory 8, great to have you in the house. Thanks for sharing. JD Israel, thanks for coming, sharing. It was a pleasure. Um, and further, by these my sons be admonished of making many books. There is no end and much studies. Yep, that's what I read. You ain't lying, King David says. You ain't lying, sleeping over my dead dad house, and I used to stay over there. My room had all the Freemason symbols. I swear, every now and then I will catch sleep paralysis here and there for a few seconds. Yeah, yeah. Keep away, far away from all them things. I see gameplay of AI people before it got big. Anyway, before COVID, it's witchcraft. It's predictive program, just how the Simpsons got an episode of the last days, or the people who didn't serve God alone died. They know the truth, but it's funny to them. Yep. But the thing is, we are gonna laugh at the end. Job 5. Job 5 says, uh, anyway, Joe 5, Joe 5 says, I got a blank because I don't know why I read that. It says, though, anyway, I'll remember as soon as I say. But anyway, JC teach against that. He teach, pray for them to keep them alive to do it again, knowing the Most High said that they would stop JC, his anti-life and anti-Torah, and the Torah chosen, which is us. Listen, it's a pleasure to have you guys in the house. Hopefully this video was edifying. This is a new Yeshua Israel, Hebrew on the island too. Return rebellious children. Most High's light in the world aflame. Are you like me? I'm enjoying the movie.